Okay, so I'm back with another video. I'm basically gonna read the titles, not so much the articles, because I can always post them. But it says, as nations amass against Israel, the IDF troops need God now more than ever. Okay, because it's talking about, but there's an obvious reason for Iran to be in Syria, and that is a better position. Their multi-pronged attack against Israel. Iran's economy is collapsing. The people are upset of Tehran's poor handling on the country's coronavirus crisis, which is reported to boast the most COVID-19 related deaths after China. And then the only way that mullahs can dig their way out of the hole they created is to gain sympathy and support throughout the Muslim world by attacking Israel. And it goes on, to talk about the war. And then there's a 20-year-old prophecy of war between China and America igniting World War III begins to take shape. Okay, and I've been saying this for a long time, you're going to have North Korea, China, and Russia all coming up against us. They're also going to be surrounding Israel. When it says all the nations of Israel, And then it says Gog and Magog will start with a war between America and China, warns Rabbi. And this is all truth, because we see that over the summertime, they've even been talking about war coming, by October. Once the war between America and China is waged, martial law will be enforced, which will shut down the highway, seaports, and air travel throughout the U.S. This is why it's so important for Jewish Americans to leave and come to Israel. This is the rabbi saying that, okay? Rabbi Azer, the head rabbi of the Yaner Institution in Jerusalem, explains that this war will pave the path for the inevitable takeover of the New World Order that is headquartered in the Vatican. He also claims that in the Vatican, they worship Lucifer. Do you understand that this very well could be, where this peace agreement is going to take place? It says, Rabbi Asor also says that the Vatican believes that the son of Lucifer will come to redeem humanity. He adds that although Israel's main battle will be with the Muslims and that Moshiach, Messiah ben Yosef, will handle it, but the ultimate war will be against the New World Order, which is headquartered in the Vatican. That will be handled by the Messiah ben David. Whew. That's some pretty dangerous stuff right here. And here's some other stuff here. All right, that is also coming. Like I said, we've got, here we go. I'm going to read you. It says right here, the Health Ministry deputy prepares for second coronavirus. Ah! Darn it, hold on. Second coronavirus wave. Sorry, I gotta enjoy being outside while I can, because we've had bad weather. Okay. The country, we must be prepared for a second wave in the country, or by summer. Deputy Director General of Health Minister Professor Itamar Grotto said on Sunday morning to Army Radio that the country should be prepared for a second wave of coronavirus in the summer as additional restrictions were loosened and amid the pandemic. Now, there is proof that what is going to happen right now. I know why I have been sick. 4G has been ramped up to its fullest, okay? Highest radiation level. During the summer, what's going to happen is they are going to ramp up 5G. So when everything's open and everybody thinks it's going to be great, millions are going to die. And they're going to say it is from the coronavirus because the coronavirus has stuff to do with this 5G implication. Okay, now because of all this, there's going to be waging war. We're going to be bringing in the New World Order, but this stuff is going on behind the making. Okay, rabbis accuse Netanyahu of a mass microchip plot, selling out Israel to the globalist agenda. Okay, Yavak then gave Esau bread and lentil stew. He ate and drank, and he rose and went away. Thus did Esau spurn the birthright. Genesis 25:34. Okay? Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu set off quite a storm on Monday night following a press conference when he updated the nation regarding the latest loosening measures of the health ministry regulations. That's because during his speech, he alluded the idea of installing distant sensors onto children, like a car, and it will beep when they get too close. Regarding an anticipated second wave of the coronavirus, Netanyahu recommended new technologies that haven't yet been activated. This is what's going to happen next. When the economy starts opening up, everyone thinks it's going to be okay. But guess what? There's going to be mass famine. There's going to be war. Everything's aided for this. Okay, and this is the stuff behind the scenes that they're not going to tell you. So what they're going to do is walk into a trap. This means perhaps new methods that we're discussing. I've spoken to the heads of technology department to search all sorts of tools that Israel truly specializes in, Netanyahu continued. For example, sensors. There would be a sensor that warns children, all people, that starting with children like a vehicle, whereby if you get too close, it makes a noise. A buzzer, if you will. I don't know if it's possible, but they're looking into it and they're trying it. Another thing. Okay. Benjamin Netanyahu suggests microchipping kids, slammed by experts. If the information with the kid's location is uploaded to the internet, a pedophile with some cyber knowledge may invade the system and stalk them. All right? And this is when that is the technology that's not been used before and is allowed under the legislation that we shall enact. Did you hear that? That is technology that has not been used before and is allowed under the legislation we shall enact. All right, so let me stop here because if you, Congress, H.R. 6666, COVID-19 testing, reaching and contacting everyone Trace Act. Okay, this was passed, sponsors, on 5/1. The committees was the House and Energy Commerce. The latest on 5/1, okay? And it says to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19 and related activities such as contact tracing for COVID-19 and related activities such as contact tracing through mobile health units and as necessary at individuals' residence and for other purposes. They can go into your home and they pretty much have all rights if they suspect that you have the coronavirus, okay? And what they're going to do is, like, your phone is being traced, and I know that for a fact because my husband showed me. He must have updated his phone or something because it's got like 42 different locations where he's been. I, on the other hand, have not. But I'm saying this because it's very serious. They're already talking about September. If they decide to open up these schools, all the kids have to have this vaccine and they have to have a flu shot. Okay, and there's going to be microchipping and there's this tracing. So say you have your phone on you and you're going out in public and somebody near you has the coronavirus and you come home, they have every right to come in your home. If you don't have enough toilets, if you don't have enough spacing, the whole thing's crazy. And I believe it's going to be passed. I really do. Because everything that us watchmen have been, warning about is coming to pass, especially through these dreams. And then I'm going to read to you something that I find really super interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to read what he said. This election that's coming up on every level is so important because what we're going to be battling is not just a particular individual or a political party, Obama said. What we're fighting against is these long-term trends in which being selfish, being tribal, being divided, and seeing others as an enemy, that has become a stronger impulse in American life. This is how they're going to entice the Americans into the New World Order system, which we see is already being setting up for the microchip implant of Revelation 13:16. We know that our Savior is coming, and He's coming soon. So pray over these as always, and I'll put the links and everything to this so you guys can read them for yourself. And as I get more information, I'll bring it out. Be encouraged. God bless.